There are nights that begin in peace, with familiar voices, with warmth in the air, with the quiet belief that home is safe. And then danger arrives, and in a single moment, everything you thought you knew about safety changes. Hello everyone, and welcome to Tales by the Wordsmith, where we share original Nigerian stories inspired by real life and imagination. Today, I'll be telling you the story of When the Night Turned Red. The dust of the Harmattan afternoon lifted in soft curls behind the old Toyota Hilux as it crawled down the laterite road leading into Garin Tambaya, a quiet northern settlement tucked between open grasslands and whispering millet farms. The wind carried the dry scent of smoke and distant herds. To the man behind the steering wheel, Obinna Chukwudalu, it smelled like memory. He was 38, retired far earlier than he'd ever envisioned. The military had taken more from him than it had given. A faint limp followed him like a shadow, a reminder of shrapnel that still slept in his left thigh. His once clean fade had grown into a rough low cut. His beard, fuller now, framed a face hardened by discipline, but softened by longing. After 4 years posted across 2 different conflict zones, he was finally coming home. The moment the Hilux rolled past the last checkpoint, Obinna felt tension melt off his shoulders. He saw the cluster of mud brick houses, the familiar open square, the elderly men chatting under the neem tree. It felt unreal. Then he heard it. "Daddy! Daddy!" 2 small forms burst through a gate, one after the other. Chizoba, the older child at 9, slender with quick legs and sharp eyes like her mother, and Somto, only 6, round-cheeked and energetic. Obinna barely managed to step out before they collided with his waist. He laughed full-throated, unrestrained, the kind of laugh he forgot he had. He lifted them both, despite the twinge in his leg. Then Adaora appeared at the doorway, her whopper tied loosely, her eyes glistening. She didn't run. She walked slowly, as though afraid that if she moved too quickly, the moment would vanish. Her hands trembled as she reached him. "Obimi, my heart." He pulled her close, inhaling the scent of onions, wood smoke, and the shea butter she always used. Behind her, leaning on a walking stick, stood her mother, Mama Obi, her grey head tie fluttering. "My son," she said, voice cracking. "You have come home in one piece. Chineke ekilegi." He touched her feet, then rose to hold her. The emotion in their little compound that evening sat like warmth on the air. Neighbors trickled in, Hausa, Igbo, Bagbi, Yoruba, people who knew him and his family for over a decade. Laughter spilled, greetings mingled, gifts of kunu and masa were exchanged. The sun dipped behind the scattered huts, painting the sky in fire orange. No one knew that darkness was gathering far beyond the village edges. No one sensed the storm. That night, while Obinna was unpacking in the bedroom, Adaora came in quietly. "You heard what happened in Ungua Madiki?" she asked. He paused. "No," she said. "Some people attacked a Christian family 2 nights ago. They burnt their shop. Our neighbor said it was extremists, outsiders from another district. Soldiers came the next morning." Obinna frowned. "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" "You were still far away," she said. "I didn't want to scare you." Obinna sat on the edge of the bed, exhaling. Tiny tension returned to his posture. The region had pockets of extremism, yes, but Garin Tambaya had always felt safe. Mixed tribes, mixed faiths, years of coexistence. He had never worried. But tonight, the air felt too still. The next morning brought rumors. Local shops in the market closed earlier than usual. Women hurry home, glancing over their shoulders. The village head received warnings from a nearby community that unknown men were moving through the forest path behind the farmlands. They were not from here. They are angry men. Two of Obinna's old northern neighbors, Malam Musa and Saidu, stopped by. Musa scratched his beard anxiously. "Obinna, wallahi, we hear some dangerous people from outside the area have entered the forest path behind the farmlands. They are not from here. They are angry men." Saidu added, voice low, "They are attacking any house where they think Christians or Southerners are staying. They even threatened people who refused to point them out." Adaura's hand tightened around Obinna's arm. He nodded slowly. "Have you informed the vigilante?" "We did. They are patrolling. But these men," Malam Musa hesitated. "They are many." Obinna's military instincts awoke, sharp, cold, alert. He checked the perimeter of their compound. He reinforced the small back gate with a metal rod. He quietly brought out a locked trunk from the store. Inside were his legal civilian licensed rifles, cleaned and untouched for years. He prayed he would not need them.
It began with distant screams, short, sharp, then swallowed by the wind. Obinna stepped outside, heart thundering. The moon was half hidden behind clouds. A faint glow rose from the direction of the market fire. Adaura rushed out, clutching the children. "Obi, what is happening?" Before he could answer, the first gunshot cracked through the night. Then another. Then the unmistakable roar of a mob. Obinna's voice dropped into the tone he thought he'd left behind. "Adaura, Mama inside. Lock the doors. Stay low. Don't open for anyone except me." He ran to the front gate. Musa and Saidu were already outside, breathing hard. "They have entered the village," Musa panted. "They are burning houses. They are attacking everyone, Christians, Southerners, even Northerners helping them. They killed Malam Idris because he hid his Igbo neighbors." Heavy. Obinna felt the blood drain from his face. "How many?" "Dozens, maybe more. They came on motorcycles. They have machetes, petrol, Dane guns." The ground trembled slightly from their stampede. Saidu gripped Obinna's arm. "We will fight with you. We cannot let them reach your family." Obinna nodded once, tightly. Behind them, more neighbors rushed forward. Ado, the young mechanic, Zainab carrying her husband's hunting bow, Yakubu holding a rusted shotgun. The community had always lived as one. Tonight, they would stand as one. The first advance from the mob came like a rushing tide, chaotic, shouting, blades gleaming under moonlight. The men fanned out across the street. Obinna raised his rifle, steadied his breath, and fired a warning shot into the air. The attackers paused briefly. Then they charged. Obinna stepped forward, legs sure, mind cold, every sense expanding with military clarity. He fired not wildly, but with precision, aiming at limbs, feet, the ground before them. The goal was to slow,
not slaughter. Musa and Ado hurled stones from behind a low wall. Yakubu fired his old shotgun, its echo rolling like thunder. Zainab shot arrows from behind a drum. The clash was deafening. A petrol bomb landed near the compound gate. Flames exploded upward. Obinna grabbed a metal basin of water, already prepared for emergencies, and doused it. Another group approached from the left flank. "We can't let them surround us," Obinna shouted. He moved with speed that shocked even his neighbors. His limp nearly vanished as adrenaline surged. More flames rose in the distance. Homes burned, screams pierced the dark, livestock fled wildly. The village of Garin Tambaya was becoming a battlefield. One attacker, younger and faster, leapt over a broken fence and rushed towards the side of the compound. Obinna saw him too late. He sprinted. The machete swung. Obinna blocked with a wooden plank. The blade sank in. The attacker stumbled. Obinna struck him with the butt of his rifle, sending him crashing back, air knocked from his lungs. More attackers followed. Musa grabbed one by the leg. Ado tackled another. Saidu fought despite blood running from his arm. They held the line, barely. Then they heard it. Motorcycles. More of them. Many more, coming fast. Adaura screamed from inside the house as engines grew louder. Obinna's stomach clenched. They were outnumbered now, 3-1, maybe more. He reached for his phone, hand shaking, and dialed a number only soldiers knew. "This is Sergeant Obinna Chukwudalu, retired. Emergency backup required. Coordinates Garin Tambaya. Extremist attack. Civilians in danger. Send reinforcement immediately." He wasn't sure the message went through. Signals were weak. He turned just in time to see the second wave advancing, torches blazing, machetes raised, shouting in fury. His neighbors gathered around him, terrified but resolute. "Obinna," Musa whispered, "we may die today." Obinna's jaw tightened. "Not tonight. Not in front of my children." He raised his rifle again. "Hold the line." The second wave collided with them. The fight for survival had only just begun. To be continued. If you want to know what happens next, whether help arrives, and what price Garin Tambaya will pay for survival, then return for part 2. We release new stories every Monday and Friday right here on Tales by the Wordsmith. The night isn't dawn turning red, and this story is far from over.